down the aisles in the supermarket.
So you're the guy
And then,
doing that because I'm yelling at everybody else who goes the wrong way.
oh, are you? Are you?
Yeah,
Because
I'm following
then
the rules. Then you got to follow the
I
rules.
I
And
followed
I'm the
the
guy
girl.
telling everyone, say, fuck the rules, go in both directions,
Yeah.
crisscross, zigzag,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Get interesting.
Now I followed the girl and then started yelling. Tell that person. Tell that person. They're all going the wrong way.
I like that.
Doing something to me.
That's just the right amount of petty. I love it. I love it.
And you're not telling these people they're all going the wrong way. And then first off,
I'm gonna
the
tag our
arrow is
page.
like only in the beginning of the aisle, so you don't really know which way to go. You know.
I mean,
And produce. How do you go to produce? There's no arrows in produce.
There's no arrows.
just the
in produce.
fact that they're telling people what direction to walk, it's really suspicious to me. That don't affect reducing spread in any way. Or you know what I noticed? I've seen in some stores that have the ATMs. So they have the ATMs and they're making people stay 6 feet apart vertically. But horizontally, everyone's literally shoulder to shoulder. So it's weird.
Yeah,
6 feet,
I agree.
6 feet front, back, but left and right. And you know how it is. I just want to work out. I just want to train. I just want to train. And don't tell me no contact. I want to punch people. I want to hit people. This is what we train for, right? To punch each other. We all got very punchable faces.
Bobby, I want to make sure I copy you in the right. I tag you in your right profile.
I changed my profile.
You changed your profile picture?
Yeah, Rocky's robe.
Rocky's. Oh, okay. Just making sure I had the right one. Gotcha. Threw me off.
Yeah. Because I was just there to try to share, but it shares right to my storyline. I really don't know what that does. I don't know why my phone's like that.
You want me to tag your page?
Yeah, if you could tag me, yeah.
All right, I'm making mine now. So you guys can do what you gotta do, and I'll tag both of you guys. I'm gonna do it right now.
We'll do it live.
What's up, guys? Anybody in the comments yet? Oh yeah, there is. There's a sexy man in the comments. You see that? That's sexy man in the comments.
Wow, look at that move right there.
Oh.
This is going to be an interesting. This is going to be a good show. I'll tell you that. This is hard coming up with this list.
Oh, so, very hard.
While we're here, Bobby, like 4 pages are popping up. I hope I tagged the right one. I think it was Rocky wearing like a little fighter suit. Is that the correct one?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Did you say fire suit?
Oh, did I? I meant to say fighting suit. I might have said fire suit. I'm tired. I didn't get much sleep. I was up late last night podcasting, and then because of my daughter, I was up early this morning. We good. We tagged. We ready to go.
Oh, you know who's ready?
Right.
Will is ready to go. Look at this.
Will is ready.
He's
ready.
Right,
let's start.
I noticed you didn't show my comment, Tom. I know.
You know what?
I don't know what that was all about, but I just
guy flexing over here.
I'm hijacking the truck.
Oh man.
Let's welcome to Rocky and Bobby's Retro Collectibles with co-host Uncle Tom. Today we are talking the best 5 NES games. Leave all that PlayStation 4, 5, 6, Xbox 900. Leave all that crap at home. We ain't talking about that. We talking about the old school Nintendo. Let me introduce my co-host that's with me, Uncle Tom, a.k.a. Tommy Karate. What is going on?
What is going on? Not much. This was a tough list to pick, by the way.
Yeah.
Definitely a tough list. And we also have a special guest host today, the sleeping giant, Jose Otero. What is going on?
I'm doing good. Really excited to be on the show, man. I was really excited when I got that call. And I was like, yeah, it's time to step up. I think I heard that song, that Backstreet Boys song. What's that one that you guys did? Yeah, I heard that shit, and I was like, tonight it's on Rocky and Bobby's Retro Collectibles.
Now it's getting you fired up.
Yeah. That and thinking about Nintendo, man, it was actually enjoyable. You know, thinking back into the memories, getting the nostalgia, you know, making the list. It was a lot of stress and a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, definitely a lot of stress. But before we get to the list, I just want to give a shout out to Charlie Karate, who came by the gym and dropped off some action figures for Rocky. I'm going to show you guys what he dropped off because one thing's pretty cool and one thing is freaking awesome. So first off,
okay.
Do I get anything being on the show?
he dropped off of X-Pac, which is pretty cool.
That is
Pretty
cool. Hell yeah. X-Pac, remember the Bronco Buster? That was one of my favorite moves.
That's pretty cool. But now Charlie Karate goes to me. He has it behind the desk, and he goes, "Listen, I know you. I saw you watch the thing, and you were talking about the LJNs and all this stuff." And Charlie Karate breaks out. I'm just gonna get right to it. He breaks out, bang, whoa, Outback Jack, LJN in the box. If you guys could check this, this is in the box. LJN.
Wow. Look at that.
That is a throwback.
Is that your only carded figure in your collection right now?
That is my only carded figure, and actually, I'm gonna get a case for this and keep it carded. I have a box that's just an empty box, but this is awesome. If you guys are watching, this is LJN. You guys know how old this is. This is older than most of you guys.
Is that literally like?
You better be careful with that thing.
Isn't that like literally the first moldings or one of the first 3 moldings like they started casting?
Yep, this is from 1986. 1986.
Damn, I was 2 years old.
1986.
Running around with a dirty diaper.
So Charlie Karate, if you're watching, I just want to give you a big thank you. I also want to tell you, I told Brian, my best friend, I said, hey, you got to move it. You got bumped. You're not my best friend anymore.
Man,
I got an LJ in the box. That is pretty.
He's
legit.
buying your friendship over there.
Yeah,
you know what, Jose? You have to step it up, Jose.
Doing a good job.
Bribery is effective. Hey, Charlie, I'll be your friend. You need to know my address to mail me something?
Charlie Karate definitely hooked me up with some good stuff. But all right, let's get into it, guys. We are talking Nintendo, 8-bit Nintendo. And Mike Bonanno is very right. This is very controversial.
He is calling it.
Maurice, he put
he's dropping. He's got a list.
He's dropping bombs already.
Some stuff I don't like, but some stuff I do like. But
man,
it's a respectable list. Maurice has a respectable list.
Okay, we got Rob. Rob's jumping in here too with a respectable list.
Another respectable list. Except I don't recall. Oh no, I must be. No, never mind. I was gonna say I don't recall that game skated out, but
me too.
This is going to be a controversial episode.
For a second, I thought it was a more modern game, and I was going to correct the list, but I didn't know enough, so I kept my mouth shut.
Let's go right to the honorable mentions. So, Tom, give us our 2 honorable mentions, then we'll go to Jose.
All right. My, man, okay. If you want to go to my two honorable mentions, my first one is, now I thought about this, and I was only bringing up one game. Some people had it as part of a 2-pack, but I'm bringing up honorable mention. Duck Hunt is my first honorable mention. That is just a classic game. It's the first one with the shooter gun on a home console, and that freaking dog that you just wanted to shoot when he was just laughing in your face when you missed those ducks. That was a classic game, and of course it came with Mario Bros. So even though it's a different game that's on the same cartridge, but really my honorable mention was Duck Hunt.
Was I the only person that when they played Duck Hunt, I gave the middle finger to each and every single bird I shot?
Yes.
I know I did.
Probably because I don't think I knew what the middle finger was back then.
Yeah, I don't think I knew what it was. But
I knew what it was, and sometimes I'd use both fingers if I had to. If they really got me upset.
I just knew I hated that dog. That was.
I loved it when he used to pop out and laugh at you. I enjoyed that game. Definitely one of my favorites.
And we found out too a little bit later throughout the years that on the second player controller you could actually control the ducks while the other person's shooting.
Right. I think I figured that out when like this fucking Super Nintendo was out. Like it was a whole new style. Like damn,
I'm messing with you.
I missed out. Yeah, I missed out.
Yeah.
All those years. That's a good point. I forgot about that. Shit, I currently feel like I missed out.
And then my other honorable mention, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade version. So there's 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. The first one came out, all excited. I thought this was going to be like that arcade game. This is great, fantastic. And they come out with this crap game that was like you have to go down these sewers, and it was like this impossible game to beat that water level. That
Yeah,
game
I
was
was just
crap.
gonna say that. I don't think
Yeah.
has
I
anybody
did.
in
Then
the
they came out
comments.
with part
I didn't even
two.
I want to meet somebody that has passed that level. If there's anybody in the comment section that's passed that level, please, and don't be lying. Don't lie.
Don't be like,
Anyone in the comment section mention that you like the first
Yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let
nightmare.
me tell
it
you
was a
guys something.
nightmare.
Let me
It
tell you
was.
something.
Honestly, it was.
I got the arcade game right next to me, and I
Yeah.
was very upset when I got it. It didn't have the first one from Nintendo. I thought it had that. I couldn't wait to get in the
No.
car and drive to the sewer and jump in the fountain,
Oh,
go
You
to the
gotta
man.
buy
sewer.
a
I
Nintendo
thought
for
that
that.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
My,
you know what?
man.
It's okay,
I love
Bobby.
the
Just
Nintendo.
give me that one. You know, and we'll figure it out. I'll get you the first one.
You know, I did beat it like 7 times. Now I don't know what to do with it. I don't play it too many times.
Yeah, right? You got to rent that shit out. Make some money. You rent it out to
That is
parties.
true. Jose,
For
let's
an
go to
hourly.
your
My
top
honorable
2.
mentions.
Your honorable
All right,
mentions. That's the top 2.
my honorable mentions. The first game. I'm gonna be shocked if anyone even
beat it
heard
on
of it, to
emulator.
be honest. But Fester's Quest. Any Fester's Quest fans from the Addams family?
Oh, I remember the game. I don't think I ever played it.
Yeah.
No, I don't
It was
remember the game at all. Throw us out. Show
Oh.
tell me what it's about.
You run around as Uncle Fester and you're trying to like free and find your Addams family.
Can you
You
throw a
get these
picture
crazy.
of this?
Yeah, let me see if I can
You
pull
get
something
these.
up for you.
Yeah, try to get some gameplay. Go to YouTube. I actually today, before I looked at some of the gameplay, and it's interesting, you know, because back then this game was fire. I could have played this game for hours. I was able to watch it for a whole 20 seconds before I got bored. You know what I'm saying? But this shit was lit back then. This
So we
this
got
photo right here with the guns was
Right.
crazy because the guns gave you different powers, and you had to use the correct power for the right enemy. The enemy types was difficult. It wasn't one of the easy games. You had to explore shit, and you know you had to find things. A lot of good times. I was a huge Addams Family fan. Anybody played this game though? Anybody?
Oh,
Festus
maybe
Quest?
we did have that. Maybe we had it. Now I see a couple people. Maurice
Yeah.
said he had it.
Yeah.
Patrick
All right,
obviously liked Tom's whatchamacallit, Duck Hunt.
Yeah, he liked my Duck
Clearly,
Hunt. That was
Duck Hunt. Clearly he liked the Duck Hunt.
Right. And my next honorable mention was. I'm sorry. The delay
go ahead,
messed me up. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
My next honorable mention was really difficult because I kept battling between a number within the same set. So I was battling between Mario 2 and 3, but ultimately I went with Mario 3. It's just hard to say. Mario 2 was a first for Mario in the sense of you got to use the other characters, and the worlds was a way big step up from the first one. But when 3 came and they added the raccoon shit that you could fly, it was over. And then you could hit all the other level, you know, like it had some awesome level design. Super Mario 3 is my honorable mention, number 2. I wanted to do an honorable 6, but Bobby and Tom won't let me.
had a long list also. That was
Wow.
They're making me play by the rules, guys. I was so gonna cheat.
Well, the crazy thing is I'm gonna go right to my honorable mention, which is Mario Brothers 3. Super Mario Bros. 3 is my honorable mention.
Okay.
And my other honorable mention is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one.
the
Not
first
second
one.
The
I thought you
first
were gonna
one
say the
is
second
my
one.
honorable mention.
I was gonna say,
So,
yo,
those
you
are my
picked one
two
from each
honorable
of us. Nice.
All right, so now this is how we're gonna go. So Jose, so you're new to this. Tom's gonna go with his whole 5.
Okay.
After he goes with each one, we have to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If we agree, it should be on a top 5 list. Okay.
Got you. Okay.
All right, so Tom, you're gonna shoot at number 5 first.
All right, my number 5. Now, I have a feeling out of my top 5, 4 of them are going to be pretty, in the norm, I think, of what a lot of people might be expecting. But my number 5 might be different than what people are expecting, but it means a lot more to me. And I had a lot of fun playing this game, and it was ice hockey.
I know what you're talking about. Small, fat, medium guys. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this was a game.
Shit.
Yeah.
That was the shit, man.
This game you
What's
could
it
actually.
called? It's just called ice hockey.
Yeah,
ice hockey. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up ice hockey.
Can I ask you a question? I kept getting confused.
Yeah.
But it is ice hockey, right? Because there was another game called Blades of Steel. But I know one of them sucked and one of them was perfect. Is ice hockey the perfect one?
See,
You throw up the guys. the small, medium,
Uh,
and large guys? Would you be able to find that?
yeah. Hold on. Actually, I got a.
But that hockey game was something else, man. Everybody played that. That was
There were two hockey games that I think were like what Jose was saying. So you
Yeah,
got this one here. So you got the skinny
that.
guys, the medium
Yeah,
guys, and the fat guys,
and the
and
fat guys. Yeah, that was ice hockey.
that was ice hockey. So I remember just playing hours with Dad on this game, and he used to play with us all the time. And we used to
Yeah,
edit our characters and who's going to be the fat guy, and
yeah,
how many fat guys you're going to have with skinny guys or medium guys.
this
Because
gonna
if you
be
yeah.
have
fat
the
guy.
heavier guys
Um,
would knock. Even you have your thin guys, they're
yeah,
fast, but those heavy
Oh,
guys would
okay.
knock those guys down
yeah.
easily. And then if you got into a
Wow.
rumble, so Blades of Steel, I think beat it as far as maybe graphics wise and the
Okay, yeah,
fight
that's the one I was
cut
into.
scene. We had two guys ready to duke it out. So that was a cool game.
Yes.
But if you want to talk playability and hours spent, and I play with this on the weekends with my kids all the time. They love playing this game, so we still play it to this day. We put the cheat codes in where there's no goalies and super puck and
Oh,
just
yeah.
crazy games, and it's a really fun. So I still play it to this day, even with my kids. And
Can I make a
Thumbs
request?
up.
Can I
I get
please
that.
see? Can I please see a picture of Blades of Steel just for sweet memories?
yeah, you know
That
what?
game, Blades of Steel, man, that shit took it to another level. Ice hockey was that shit. But that's the first one I thought you was talking about. Blades of Steel, man, when they added the fighting and the speed and the graphics.
Right,
Whew.
that was the difference. Like, yeah. So if you could see, like,
But I do like the
Oh,
paper rock scissors mechanics of ice hockey. Now that you mention it, I forgot about that.
paper rock scissors,
yeah, it was cool.
that's a good
Yeah,
way
the whole
to
like who
describe it. Right.
fighting over the fat guy. You know what I mean?
Tom. Also, at the end of your 5, I just make sure we're
Oh
talking about
yes,
Mike Manano and Maurice wrote something about
that Blades of
Uh,
Steel. Woo.
okay.
sports
All right,
games.
so
We
ice
Yeah.
gotta
So
hockey
talk
was
here's
about that at the
awesome.
end of your
and
5.
here's the fight
So come.
scenes of
I gotta
Blades
give a
of Steel.
thumb, right? Or no? I do that at the end.
No, I give a thumbs up. You give it a thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh, because I feel bad doing this. I love you, Tom, but thumbs down.
Oh, wow.
Because it's not Blades of Steel.
This,
I
Ice
need
hockey is
2 thumbs
respectable.
up,
I
Tom.
respect
2
it,
thumbs
but
up.
it's not Blades of Steel. Why?
Oh,
Ice hockey
yeah.
don't need to be on the list if it's not Blades of Steel.
Man,
I'm
oh,
down.
listen. I knew this one was going to be controversial, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I'm here. Of course, I gotta make it controversial. But at
all
least I'm
right.
being
Number
honest. I'm
4.
being from the heart.
We
From the heart.
we got some good comments on sports games, but we'll go to it at the end of your thing, Tom. We'll
Mm.
talk about that at the end.
All right,
Just
that
in
was
case,
great.
just in case you have a
You
sports
don't
thing.
even know
I
what I
don't
got
know.
coming up next.
Yeah, we don't know what you got going.
All right. My number 4 game has, for me, one of the best just opening scenes to a video game. I feel like almost like when I was talking about the Top Gun when we were talking about the movies, like opening scene. But for the opening scene of a video game, you didn't need to know anything that was going. Like you didn't need to know any backstory about this game whatsoever. All you see is this chick is standing in the middle of the street. These thugs come over, punch her in the gut, throw her over her shoulder, and walk away. And now you and your brother,
Oh,
Jimmy and Billy, got to sit
oh,
there and they got to go and they got
oh,
to go get these bad guys. They got to get these thugs. They got to get this gang. Got to get your girl back. That was just
Classic.
one of the classics.
Classic.
Double Dragon, just going in, beating up, just punch, kick, fight your way through all these stages with different bad guys, and that
yeah.
was just classic game.
Absolutely.
2
One of
thumbs
the
up. Double
one of the
drag,
best creations. Period. Everything about it. From its style, from its action, from the
Yep.
the flavor, the concept. I got a question. Are we allowed to talk about other games or no? We got to stick to the list because when you mentioned that game, it made me think of another game that I wanted to ask you guys about. But it's not on my list. I don't know if it's on y'all list.
Stick to the list until Tom's done, because then we're gonna go through a couple of people commented. Then we're gonna
Gotcha.
We're gonna go to other games on those comments
Okay.
on
All
Tom's
right.
list.
So I'll give a thumbs
Now
up to
branch
Double
off
Dragon.
Tom's list.
Okay.
Branch off Tom's list.
And I give a thumbs up. I'm giving a thumbs up on Double Dragon. I'll allow
Actually,
it.
thumbs up to that, yeah.
I'll allow
Yeah,
it. I'll allow
definitely
it.
thumbs up.
And it also had a B version of that game where you can actually fight almost like a Street Fighter type style. And this was before
Yeah.
Street Fighter, at least that I know of, came
That's
out from
another
Nintendo,
game,
at least.
Tom. That's not fair. I want you to mention
What I'm just
Battletoads.
saying is it had that Street Fighter or that fighter game mentality where
Yeah.
you just have the one-on-one,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that was my number 4.
All right.
Are we going to number 3?
Yeah, we're gonna go with number 3. I mean, there's a lot of comments on other games that's branched off your game. We'll go to those after you do your top 5, though.
All right. So my number 3 game. I'll probably only have to say this, and you guys would probably know what I'm talking about. But up, up, down, down, left, right,
Oh, I was
BA,
recall that
BA.
was to be your number 3. I just had a feeling that was to be because Double Dragon was your number 4. I knew Contra would be number 3.
No list cannot be complete without Contra and without that Konami code. That is 100%. Again, that's a game I still play. I played with my son Sean. We went and beat it together. We co-opted that game. We were like, you know what? Let's go beat it together. And we just went through the whole game together, just shooting everybody up. You had to get the spread gun right. You're always fighting with your friends. You always
They
knew
rebooted it.
what pods.
You know, did you know that? They rebooted
I didn't know that.
Contra.
No.
You got to play it. Yeah, I played the demo. It's awesome. I didn't get it yet, and it's cheap. It's one of the cheaper games. I think it's brand new. Probably I don't know. I want to say $25.
All right.
Look into it. Your kids will love it. It's sick. The reboot is sick.
We're just good with the retro games.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry. You're too good for modern games. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Like Bobby said, get rid of that. Get rid
of that crap. Don't give me a headache. You're staring at the screen. What's going on? There's 900 buttons.
Yeah.
Man,
man.
You got headphones on. You're talking to people. You want your friends over next to you. They're at home. Oh, screw that stuff.
Just admit it, Bobby. It's just too many buttons for you at the same time. That's all it is.
And Maurice, 100% calls how you used to play this game with your buddies. You used to go down the stage, and you used to know what pods you would shoot to get the spread gun, and you'd be like, "I call the spread gun this time." And then
that was the ultimate. That was the ultimate weapon. Ultimate weapon of any game.
Yep. Know your roots.
That's right. When they're done with the retro games, you get to amaze them. See, my system is retro games first. Then when we've exhausted that, I say, hey, guess what? Now I bring you into the
check
future.
out this. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Will wants to know what system this reboot is on.
The reboot's on PlayStation 4. I might even be a PS4 exclusive. It's called Contra Z, I think.
Yeah.
You haven't even seen it yet. There's lots of reboots out. Streets of Rage. That's another reboot.
Let me tell you something.
I was actually going to ask you guys if y'all wanted to play that.
No, I'm gonna pass. I went over with my cousins and he said, "Oh, look, my son got Mario Kart." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." It wasn't Mario Kart. It was like Mario Kart 900 million. I had no clue what was going on. I'm like, "This is cool. This sucks."
You know what you remind me of? I don't know if you guys saw this movie, but there's a movie. I forget the name of it, but it has to do with like these cave people that they didn't know, but they were in a cave, civilization advanced, right? So they come to find out people had wooden carts and they got on this cart and it was going like 5 miles an hour and they were getting nauseous and dizzy because it was too fast for them. That's Bobby. When Mario Kart came out. They brought it up like up 1.5 miles an hour faster. And Bobby's like,
I'm 100% with Bobby though. Like Super Mario Kart for NES and for 64. Those are my Mario Karts. Nintendo 64 especially that one. And I'm sitting there playing with my kids, and they got the Mario Kart and the Switch or whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, let's play." And I have no clue what's going on, and they are schooling me in this game, and I'm like, "No. I should be schooling you guys. I've been playing Mario Kart since you were born, before you were born."
I'm surprised you don't break out into a seizure with all the colorful lights flashing. Like I never had one of those. I've been gaming for 20 years. What's going on? Too many colors.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I thought I was in the future. I thought I was Back to the Future or something.
Yo, Nintendo was what, 8-bit?
8-bit.
8-bit.
8-bit, 16-bit.
I mean, it's 8 fucking dots. That's all you get. 8 dots and like 4 colors.
Yeah.
Crazy. Big advancement.
That's all it took. And then we're going to my number 2. My number 2, surprisingly, was actually both of your guys' honorable mentions. But at this time, we gotta take it back a little bit, right? Let's rewind the clocks a little bit. We didn't have internet. We didn't have TV shows, commercials that you had no idea what was coming out, but you did have Nintendo Power, right? Nintendo Power.
Yeah.
That magazine was the best magazine when you were a kid growing up because you
Second
had
best.
you had
Playboy was the first.
well,
Yeah, to be honest. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, I think Jose is forgetting how old Nintendo is.
right.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
how
but I
old
played with both when I was young. So I mean, I don't know what you're getting at, but I played with
He
both.
played with Nintendo
If we're gonna be honest.
and played with himself, looking at Playboys
Yeah,
when he was
I mean,
four.
it wasn't many buttons on the
Cool.
Nintendo. I'm pretty talented. You know what I'm
Realistic,
saying? I couldn't do it with a PlayStation. PlayStation, way too many buttons.
man.
I need to concentrate on.
So taking it back, we had Nintendo Power. Nintendo Power was telling us what games are coming out, so you had an idea what games, and you could play different codes and things like that. But then they came out with a movie called The Wizard, and this movie was with Fred Savage, and they had,
Yeah.
you know,
Right. Okay.
it was, playing video games, big video game tournaments. It wasn't like YouTube now where you're watching YouTube and you're watching these streamers play these games. You didn't have that back then. So you're like, oh, you're watching this movie, and you only wanted to watch this movie because you knew that they were going to preview Super Mario Brothers 3 that you've been waiting for the longest time to see, and you actually got to preview and see clips of this game before it was released in the movie. This was not, you couldn't go on YouTube and see, oh, let me see previews of this game or whatever, or trailers. No, that was it. So you watch this movie. The movie was great. You couldn't wait to play the game. And I remember, Bobby, I don't know if you remember how our parents gave us the game. So they went and bought the game and hid it on us. They hid it in the living room / dining room. And, it was like open floor, whatever. And they said, okay, listen, you guys have a surprise. The game is hidden in this house. You guys got to find it. And me and Bobby are scouring the house trying to find this
Wait,
game.
where was it?
It was in the wall unit, right? I guess wall unit is, back in the day, you had like the big wall units, with like, knickknacks or whatever is on it, dishes or plates, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was like
Something
hidden behind something in there. And I mean, just the joy on our faces when we had this game, and you're just running. Mario can fly, like Mario can fly yet, and now Mario can fly. We couldn't wait to just fly, like Jose was saying. You get the raccoon, let's go fly. We got Mario. That was it. So just the build up and anticipation, and just the overall out of the first three Marios, Jose's right. Mario 2 definitely stepped up and made big changes, but Mario 3, I feel, was the greatest of those three.
I think to point out about Mario. I'm sorry, Bobby. Yeah.
No, go ahead, Jose.
No, I was just gonna say another thing. The Mario games I played to death. I literally mean that. I mean, even after I got newer systems, I still would have Mario nights. So what I'm getting at is that I played them all tons of times, and to this day, still Mario 3 has some of the best level design. The levels themselves are so much fun to play. I used to love those levels where the screen is moving, so you could fall and die. So you had to like
an auto scroll screen.
That was my favorite. I loved it.
I gotta be honest.
There was a lot of secrets too. Wasn't that also new? There was a lot of. Well, I mean, Mario had secrets.
Mario had secrets. Mario 3 had a lot of new secrets too.
Yeah, like little hidden paths and branches. That was so sick. And the whole thing with the family, that was awesome too. Now I think about the story, bringing in the Bowser kids. I mean, that's my favorite. And
the airships, what, like those airships and that final level, that final stage when you're in that dark map, right, and everything's like the lava and everything else, and and those airships with that music, when you get that music, dun, right?
Good music.
Then you got the cannons shooting and these guys throwing the wrenches at you. I mean, that was just
that's my number one too, Hulk Bear.
Hulk Bear
is a smart man.
I mean,
he is a smart man.
I'm really wondering what your number one is now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised you don't know what my number one is, actually.
It might be the same as my number one now.
It could be. All right. So my number one, 1987. And to me is one of the most iconic villains. I guess if you want to call him a villain, bad guy, boss, final boss, I guess, however you want to describe him. And this guy not only was number one in the video game, he was number one at the time professionally in the ring. We're talking Mike Tyson's Punch Out, #1 on the list, best NES game of all time.
I just realized, did we forget the thumb from the last one? Because I was ready to give a thumb up for this one, and I was like, "Oh shit, did we skip
I think we forgot the thumbs, but this guy just had it. Yo, wow. All right.
Mike Tyson's
Man.
Punch Out. I mean, the boss just on that one, when you get to just getting to Mike Tyson is a challenge just by itself. But then when you get to Mike Tyson, he'll knock you out down one punch. You got to last 1 minute and 30 seconds with this guy.
I mean, you got Glass Joe, you got
the
Tom
characters.
Flamingo, you got King Hippo, you got so many Soda Pop, you had so many guys.
So many good characters.
To this day, I still haven't beat Mike. I whipped everybody's house.
That was a serious build up, Jesse. You got to build it up, Jesse. You got to build it up.
I love all the different. Each guy you fought was special. That's another thing I like about the game. It wasn't just like because of Mike. It was great and
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
my favorite was the fat guy with the stomach. But Glass Joe was funny. Who's the guy with the little toes? He's go and fall. Whatever. He was funny too.
Hippo.
Yeah.
Soda Pop.
And Soda Pop actually is supposed to be vodka. I think it was supposed to be like soda or vodka. Babinski or something like that. But they wanted to make him more NES friendly. But like each guy was just, and the same thing. You didn't have YouTube. You couldn't look up codes. You would go to school and be like, hey, I got this far in this game. Oh, hey, well, I got this code. This is the code to get you to the next, circuit, to get to the world circuit or, the middleweight circuit or whatever. And you would, and you figure it out, and you figure it out with your friends, and you go to school the next day, talk about it, get back, oh, this is the strategy to beat this guy. The longest time, I didn't know how to beat King Hippo because he had impeccable defense. You had to hit him at just the right time when he opened his mouth. It was like,
people literally had to study their games. Back then, you had Nintendo,
100%.
People had booklets. You write all your shit down. Yeah,
they used to give you in the back of the instruction booklet, like pages for blank pages for notes. Yeah,
my fingers are too big. That was too small. I needed my own book.
Mario is the referee. Come on.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Come on.
Yo, but sometimes he jerked me. Bad stoppage. Especially that Mike level. Cheated me every time.
Top 5 again, your whole list.
Whole list. Okay. Starting with number 5, 1988, ice hockey. Number 4, 1988, Double Dragon. Number 3, 1987, Contra. Number 2, 1990, Super Mario Bros. 3. And number 1, 1987, the man himself, Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Piston Honda. I forgot about Piston Honda. I mean,
Honda.
You guys wondering? Maybe I'll show you in a little bit, but in Rocky's man cave, he has Mike Tyson's Punch Out on his wall with all the characters on the wall. So you have all the characters on the wall. Just saying. And he actually has also Little Mac versus Soda Pop too as well.
That's
man, such great, Super Macho Man. Man, that guy was tough. And what about Sandman? Sandman. That guy lights out with those uppercuts. Yeah.
I want to play it right now. Just talking about it.
I still play again. I play with my kids. They were like, I put it on. Actually, I think last weekend we had it on, and I was like, or 2 weeks ago, we were like, let's try to beat Mike Tyson. We didn't. I beat the game when I was a kid, but man, I don't have to. I can't do it now anymore.
Did the arthritis kick in a little bit while he was playing this time? I wanted to say something, but I know you guys are gonna get mad. But Punch Out was fire, but the Super Nintendo Punch Out was even better, right? Well, we don't do that.
Way.
We don't.
No way.
Y'all regret having me on the show now, right?
No way. Tom, cut Jose out of the video now. No way.
I made you regret it.
This guy's crazy. This guy's crazy.
Look at this list. Look at this list of characters.
That's great.
This sums up Mike Tyson's Punch Out right here. Come on.
Guy, he was hard. That Asian guy was hard, man. I don't know. He used to give me a lot of trouble. Always.
Piston Honda,
and you had to fight him twice. Yeah.
Jose just said the Super Nintendo one was better.
Yeah, it was. It was so much crazy. It was cool, man. It was everything I loved about the first one with more graphics and some extra stuff. I guess it. All right. So you know what? I'll be fair, and I won't say it's better. I just think they're both really, really awesome. And if you like one, you like both. You know what
No. Let me tell you, Jose. You play video games now. See, Maurice knows. You play video games now. Video
I
games
mean?
suck now.
Maurice don't like me no more. He did like me at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah, you don't like me anymore. I will fight. I'm ready to have a seizure. Oh. All right, Jose, let's go your top 5.
All right. So I did my honorable mention. Okay, top 5. So I'm gonna start with number 5. Another game. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but anyone ever heard of Gyromite?
No, Jose said I'm gonna start with number 5. I hope you're gonna start with number 5.
Yeah, I almost fucked up and started with 1 and ruined the whole shit.
Man.
So, Gyromite, I believe, was part of the package with the Power Glove and the little robot. It came out at the same time as Duck Hunt. What was cool about Gyromite is I used to play with my cousins because it was a co-op game. I don't know if it was the first co-op game, but it's one of the first co-op games I could think of. One controller was responsible for raising and lowering pipes. The other player was responsible for moving the guy around and surviving the creatures. And you got to make it from the beginning of the level to the end of the level. And this shit was hot because the levels just went on and on. They got harder and harder. The pipes got crazier. And you could get eaten by a creature. You could get crushed by a pipe. That was the dopest shit. When you got crushed by accident, because sometimes you see how there's red pipes and blue pipes. You'd have to hit the right button, so you get confused. You hit, and then if you die, it's your partner that died. So then you get mad and you throw the remote control at them, and then you start fighting for real. But it was great. You know what I'm saying?
I never played that game before.
Gyromite.
Tom, throw Will's thing.
Which one where we said no or
Metal Gear? I don't even know what Metal Gear is.
I'm not familiar with Metal Gear. I'm about to get a lot of heat for saying I'm not familiar with Metal Gear.
All those games you mentioned, William, were on my list, but I had to take them off. But they were on my list. But these guys only gave me 5. If they would have gave me 10, you would have saw some of those stuff.
Look at Jose trying to get fans after he said Super Nintendo's Punch Out was better. I was trying to get fans. Oh yeah, it was all on my list.
You guys should be ashamed of William's games. At least I played them. I bet you they didn't even play them, William.
Okay. I remember. Hold on. I remember.
You just mad at me for my comment about Punch Out. This is biased.
Yeah. I'm looking at Metal Gear now. I think I remember playing this. I don't think we really played this a lot.
This was a popular game. Yeah, it was hard. It was long. There was a lot of repetition in my opinion with this game, but it was still a fun game because it was cool. It was cool at the time being a commando, and there was a lot of management and strategy.
I don't know which one Maurice is talking about. I don't know if he's talking about Gyromite or Metal Gear. It has to be. I don't know.
Let's go number 4. Probably crazy too.
My number 4 game was hard because I wanted it to be higher in the list, but the other games I love more. But DuckTales. If y'all didn't play DuckTales, y'all don't know shit about Nintendo. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'll give you that. DuckTales was a good game.
We'll give you DuckTales. We're not gonna give you Gyro, whatever the hell you.
Gyro. I'm hungry. I mean, you didn't give me no fucking toys. You should give me a gyro, something. So, don't I get a prize if I win? Well, aren't we playing a game? What's my prize?
Maurice is back to liking you.
All right, cool. Yeah, DuckTales is one of my most favorite game ever. I mean, it never gets boring from beginning to end because the challenges just keep changing. It had tons of variety at a time where games didn't have much variety. It had all your characters you loved, all the appearances, and it had a nice difficulty setting because it was a challenging game, but you were still able to accomplish it after some practice. So then you felt like, oh shit, I don't know, you felt satisfied and intrigued. So DuckTales, that was my shit.
It was a good game. I remember playing it. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
It's definitely a fun game to play.
Number 3. All right. So number 3 and 2. I feel a little pathetic because they didn't even make y'all top. They were just in your honorable mentions. But number 3 for me is TMT2 Arcade because, damn, like,
I don't like the first one.
Like,
that arcade game was legit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's arguably one of the greatest games ever created. Period. It was
I have it right here. I have it right here. I play it all the
amazing.
time.
Played
So
all the
I
time.
figure
It was the best
burnt out.
TMT game until Super Nintendo came, and then they had Turtles in Time. But I digress. So TMT2 arcade, but it just has to be in the list. I'm a turtle head to the fullest. Go Ninja, go all day.
Oh,
I'll
my
die
favorite
for
song.
TMT.
And one
right
of the
now,
things
I would die for Master Splinter.
that I liked about that one was because it was co-op, right? So the
Yeah.
first game, it was like one player at a time could play.
Yeah.
Driving your little car, you know, your van or whatever. In the arcade one, you
It
have
was so hard.
two buddies. Yes.
Your friend don't got to see you cry from frustration.
Well,
Yo, that
Jose might
kid
be
hates video games.
Jose said I was confused on my 3 and 2. Maybe he's going with regular Ninja Turtles on 2.
Nah,
Maybe
my
that's
number 2 is Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt, okay.
Duck Hunt. I'm surprised it didn't make somebody's list. Duck Hunt, I think, is one of the greatest games ever. I mean, is one of the first gun violence, and I know guns is a sensitive issue, but we all love gun violence. Otherwise, we wouldn't have 80s action movies. We wouldn't have you know, all these shoot 'em up. Shoot 'em ups is arguably the most profitable, you know, genre of video games. So with that said,
Yep.
I mean, come on, there's a dog that makes fun of you and edges you on. And you didn't just shoot the ducks. The game was challenging for hours because the better you got at the game, the harder the game got. The levels would just get faster and faster. More birds would come out. The first part coming so fast, I was like, pew pew pew.
So I think
like that, and I had to keep up with my fingers and my guns. But yo, I got so nice at the game. It didn't matter what new game I bought. There was always some time for
You can't shoot the dog.
but we tried, Bill. We tried to shoot the dog.
I tried to shoot him too. I still try.
Yo.
This day, I'm gonna get him.
Jose, not to cut you off. I just want to show everyone that I do have the arcade game.
That is sweet.
See what happens when he moves his camera and that's it. He's free.
right.
You guys,
There it is. Okay.
So, Bobby, are you saying you want all of us to come over, including everyone?
I think that was an invite, right? Whoever's
come on, guys.
whoever's watching live right now
We're going to Bobby's.
is invited over to Bobby's right now.
that's it.
Bobby just wants to make money. He turned the quarter part on, so now we got to put quarters in.
Bring in quarters. Bill is down. Bill's on his way right now. He actually just texted me. He said, "What's Bobby's address?"
Bill, come get me, Bill.
He's got a pocket full of quarters. He's ready to go.
Oh man! All right.
So that's my number.
Mike's got fake news.
And my number.
Let's go to number 1. I'm very
drove me crazy. I thought I was doing it wrong. My number 1. All right, so y'all told me before I got on the show that there was a portion where I would have to do like a 60-second argument to defend my number 1. Does that come now or does that come after?
It comes after.
After I go, yeah.
All right. So how do I talk about my game now and then talk about, because I actually wrote something. I got like a mini speech.
Oh, that's good. Don't tell us what you wrote.
I came to win. I came to fucking win. I'm competitive.
I'm telling you right now. You're going to lose, but save that for the minute. Tell us the game now.
The game is Contra.
Contra.
Do I even need to say anymore? I'll leave my comments in my little mini speech. But Contra, you can't go wrong. Contra. Literally, when I put the Contra game on and I pressed start, I felt my first ball hair grow out instantly.
All right.
Instantly. I mean, pure. It's like
putting hair in those peaches,
out of masculinity. You know what I mean? It was great. It was an awesome game. I loved it.
Man.
You don't have to say much because we're gonna do 60 seconds, and Tom talked about his. But Jose, give us your top 5 again. You know, number 5, the gyro, Jeepu, whatever.
My top 5 was Gyromite. Number 4 is DuckTales. Number 3 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Number 2 is Duck Hunt, and number 1 is Contra.
All right.
All right, that was pretty good.
Do we go from Duck Hunt to Contra?
They both got guns in it. What are you talking about?
Got guns in it.
You know what, Billy? Don't pick me up. Turn back around. Don't get me, Billy.
Yeah.
I like this.
All right.
Oh, but you know what? Bill's on your side with DuckTales. So
you know what? We're friends again because DuckTales, kind of wants to be in my number one. Honestly, it's being
DuckTales
forced.
pretty
Have
good.
you-
Being forced.
Guys, what we are gonna do is I'm gonna shoot my number 5 out, and then before we do the 60-second thing, we'll just go to a couple comments I seen about other video games that when Tom was giving his. So we'll go to
All
those
right.
comments before you shoot the 60 things. I'll do my list fast since a lot of them were kind of on everyone else's list. My number 5 was Town and Country Surf Designs Wood and Water Range, which
This
was
was on my
Forgot about
trader
that
list.
fucking game.
that game
Wow.
was legit.
Man.
Tom always loved the skateboard, and I always loved the surfing. I don't know why I was good at the surfing, but I was good. That game was
Man.
pretty legit.
that one, Bobby. I'm proud of you because that's for the hardcore gamers. You know what I'm saying? It really got down with the Nintendo. I didn't know you had it in you, buddy.
I definitely had it in me.
And
And
I don't
then-
know that surf part was hard.
Oh,
The surf part.
I
And you
suck
were
at that
so
game.
good at
I
it, and it
loved
used
it.
to frustrate me because you would just kill it, and I
Oh.
couldn't get past the first part.
Bobby
It
was
couldn't last
good.
3 seconds.
So
But the
Tom, when you
skateboarding,
saw
I
it
would
on
kill.
Show
Yeah,
Bill
the
what
speed
this
was my
game's
shit. I used
about.
to love the hopping.
Show Bill.
Huh?
What am I
Throw
showing
it on
Bill?
the screen. Show Bill the surf game. Well, the skateboard.
right.
Show him.
I'll pull it up while
He
you
doesn't
guys are talking here.
I'm gonna go to my number 4 because it was actually Tom's number 4 too, which is Double Dragon. So that was my number 4. It's exactly the same number as Tom.
Ooh, I want to
And then
know because y'all brothers and y'all both had the same game. So who was who? Who was player one? Who was player two?
Tom was always player 1 because he's older.
Yeah, it was just. I think there's a
Maybe
meme
that's
like
how
that,
come I don't really know how to play games now because I never was in control.
right? Wasn't
you
there a
ever give-
meme? There was like it was like something like, oh, if you were always Luigi, you were always the younger brother or the younger sibling.
Yeah.
That was always the-
I've never seen it, but that's true.
Exactly.
I used to pick Luigi because he was the underdog. Somebody had to pick the ugly, tall, skinny guys. You know what I'm saying? But
This is,
Tom, were you that kind of
That
brother
is
who would
true.
give Bobby the broken remote and not tell him? You one of those
I might have
people-
done that once or twice before.
Yeah, Bobby, for years, Bobby.
When
thought
he was
sucked
younger.
because of the broken
But that
remote.
was, yeah. But this right here, this surfing right here, this was Bobby's jam right
This is
here.
the game. This is it, Bill. I don't understand how you don't know this game. This is legit a great game. Look at that. Look at the
That game was hard,
skateboard
bro.
right there.
I would.
Yeah,
oh,
the skate.
that
So
game
this
was
was the
sick.
surfing. I could last 3 seconds in this, and that's it. Bobby killed it. But when it came to the
Yeah, I don't
skateboarding
know why.
part,
Great
yeah.
surfer.
that was my
But,
favorite shit with the skateboarding section.
My number
Slow.
3 was on no one's list, which I was very surprised, which was Paperboy. I was very surprised. It was on no one's list.
Paperboy classic.
I just
Legit,
slapped myself.
I can't believe they made anyone's
Whoa.
list. Paperboy.
Wow,
Now
Paperboy.
my number-
That's my shit.
my number 2, just to make this podcast great, I'm gonna switch my 1 and 2 because my number 1 was Mike Tyson's Punch Out. But just to make this interested, I'm gonna make
Oh
Mike Tyson's
man.
Punch Out number 2, and then my number 1 would be Super Mario Brothers 1.
Wow. Okay.
Predictable.
Okay.
I picked my number 1.
Boring. Not
Well, let me be honest. It didn't make this more interesting. Other than that, it'd be 2 against 1 on Jose. So I'll take 1 for the team, and I'll go Super Mario Brothers. That
Super
was the
Mario
big-
Brothers, the original, the first,
original.
the one that started it all. I
Yeah.
mean, technically there was a Mario Bros before that, but we're talking Super Mario Bros, the first one.
but
Yeah.
no one wants to talk about that.
Yeah,
game.
no
I
one
did
talks
play
about
that
that.
game though. That was
Yeah.
not too
All
bad
right.
either. It's like
Guys,
a side shit.
Before we go to number 1, I just want to bring up a couple things. Tom, if you go up to the comments, I think Mike Bonanno wrote RBI baseball.
Yeah,
sucked.
that was.
Yeah,
Oh, you
RBI
like that
baseball
game?
sucks. Bases Loaded was the baseball game to play.
Yeah, I
felt.
think I did it
loved
again. The second one was the better one. Bases loaded. Yeah, I'm with you on that
I
one.
like Bases Loaded. I did not like RBI baseball.
Which
that
one
was
had the
from-
better hitting? One of them was like good for the home runs and shit. Is that bases loaded? I need to see the pictures to remember which one's the one I liked. They both were good though. I remember, they both were good, but one I thought was superior.
that
Me and Bobby loved
mean-
playing Bases Loaded. That was
Bases Loaded, yeah. RBI baseball I
I
wasn't
can't
too
believe
into.
Paperboy. I'm so mad at myself.
Also, yeah, Bill, Blades of Steel was mentioned earlier by
Right,
Jose.
yeah.
Through
Yeah,
comments and
Philly.
ice hockey
My best
We
friend.
agreed that
Right.
Ice Hockey was better than Blades of Steel. Well, me and Tom did.
Yeah,
And
this
then
is bases loaded.
Bases
And
Loaded
let me
was
see what RBI looked like, because now my memory's confusing me. Maybe it was RBI. Which one did I like better? I'll be the middleman. All right, I liked it RBI better. They
I
both
remember
good, but I just
RBI
had
was-
more fun
yeah.
with RBI.
Yeah, I like Bases Loaded. I know Maurice said earlier he was double dribble basketball. And
Double dribble.
yeah, double dribble
Yep.
basketball. And
Oh, yeah.
So I almost think we're gonna have a sports category at some point because there's
Yeah,
other
that
sports
feels
ones
like it
that I
is.
would like to have on there.
yeah.
Like
And
his
I see Maurice obviously knows what's up, Maurice. He
Yeah,
knows
bases
what's up.
loaded was better, but I liked RBI a little more, but it kind of was better. I see Billy says bases loaded was better.
Bases Loaded. I mean,
Go.
no
It's
one's
like
gonna go
Blades of
Maurice.
Steel.
Yeah,
It's
there
like
we
bigger,
go.
better.
He knows.
You know, I had more moves, better graphics.
And then I guess we have to
Tyson's
mention
looking for Sal. I don't know where he is.
I guess we have to mention whatchamacallit, Zelda.
So that is the
Zelda.
elephant
I guess I gotta mention it. No one even
in
mentioned
the room.
Oh,
So-
Zelda was on my list. I had to take it off, but yeah, Zelda's up there. It got to be on somebody's list. I mean, you can't talk about Nintendo without talking about Zelda.
So we
Zelda's
have
like Karen.
three people sitting here, and nobody mentioned Zelda. And I was hoping someone was going to mention it, but I knew Bobby was going to have it on his list because me and Bobby didn't. To be honest, we didn't play. I know we're going to get a lot of heat for it, but we didn't really play that game. We weren't into it.
We get in-
I played both.
get into it.
So I was hoping
there's a
Jose
lot
was
of,
going to bring it up.
Well, Zelda 2
Heavy
sucks.
D.
Let's get that out the way. Zelda 1 is amazing. And when you're done beating Zelda 1, you can play it again. And it's actually harder, and they changed everything. So it's like 2 games in one. Zelda is like Mario, where, in my opinion, it's like the catalyst of why video games were so successful in the first place. People fucking love Zelda. Everyone had their map, and everyone would draw their little findings, locations, get your little bombs, like, yo, go blow up this little wall. Go blow, you know what I mean? That shit was amazing. Zelda was originally on my list
not me and Tom.
right away.
Yeah.
I ended up taking it out for other shit, but
Wow.
You know what made the list before Zelda on me is I see Heavy D wrote Friday the 13th, and that
yeah, I
was
was gonna
pretty
say,
legit
point
too.
that out. I forgot about that.
And
Friday
and
13th
Bill
was
likes Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th was legit too. Yeah.
You know what's better than Friday
was-
the 13th? But I'm probably not supposed to talk about Sega. But Splatterhouse.
I don't even. I don't know that
yeah,
one.
I do
But
Sega,
Friday the
right?
13th used to legit give me like a heart attack when I was a kid because I knew
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hogan's Alley was a shooter.
Oh, shoot, I don't remember Hogan's Alley.
Hogan's Alley, is that
That was
beat 'em up?
Mike Banano's list. He just blew
Yeah.
up.
I'm still mad at myself about Paperboy. I'm like truly, like I feel dishonorable. Like Paperboy should have been on my list. Yeah, Splatterhouse. You see, Billy's my best friend now. Billy, best friend. Yo, Splatterhouse was the first bloody, violent, graphic game. You thought Friday was play Splatterhouse. They almost didn't let that game come out because it was so bloody. You just go in the cabin and just kill shit. You were possessed by like this demonic mask. It was great.
All right, Jose.
All right.
Guess go first. Go first.
60 seconds Contra. All right, here we go. All right.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, he's putting 1 minute on the clock, yo.
Okay. It's a short speech. Go for it.
All right, you ready, Jose?
Yeah.
Get set. Go.
All right. So the first thing I want to say before I hit my speech is the name of your guys' page is Rocky and Bobby's Retro Collectibles. And from what I understand, you guys emphasize and epitomize 80s and 90s. So Contra needs to be on the list. Contra is badass 80s action hero actions. Fuck aliens. It's Rambo meets Ghostbusters. If Ghostbusters fought aliens instead of ghosts, and they wear cool long ass headbands that flap in the wind. Their muzzle fire leaves ashes across their gritty faces. They have these jawlines that are impeccable. You got to slaughter aliens. You get to pick up power up grades. They introduced the spread. You get to save the girl, and you weren't alone. You got to do it with your buddy. Plus, there was a cheat code, and you could get infinity lives. And I got 7 seconds to spare. Contra. It's It's
Nice.
80s. It's 80s in a video game.
Okay.
That's all I
Nice.
want to say.
80s in
That's
a
what
video
I-
game.
That was pretty good.
And
All
also the
right.
characters did resemble Schwarzenegger and Sly.
Yeah, yeah. It's like they meshed it all together. I'm a big 80s
All right.
action movie fan.
I'm secretly rooting for Tom since that was kind of my number one. Secretly rooting for him here. All right. You ready,
All right.
Tom?
Hold on. Okay, I'm ready because we got. All right, Mike Tyson's Punch Out should be number one NES game of all time. One, he's an icon in and out of the ring. He's a champion inside the ring in real life, knocking people out, and then people just dream. Man, can you imagine what it would be like fighting Mike Tyson in real life? Well, guess what? You can do it virtually, but you got to get through this cast of characters first, and all challenges, and all these guys. You got to learn their things, and then you get to Mike Tyson, and this fool's knocking you out with uppercuts. One punch knocks you out. You're down. The running scenes in between the training, like you're Rocky with the suit on. You're running with the bikes. He's got the music. You got the codes. You got Mario as the referee. So you have Mario representing Nintendo and Mike Tyson. You can't beat it.
Then he had 11 seconds to spare.
Yeah.
8 seconds.
Wow.
Mike Tyson. That's it.
Wow. All right.
Mike Tyson didn't bite nobody's ear off, so it's not realistic. It's not quite accurate.
All right.
So who got the timer for Bobby? Is he gonna run his own timer? Because then I don't know if I could trust that. Like I don't know if he rigged this timer.
Yeah, you know what?
You got a neutral
I'll bring
timer?
a timer up. How about that?
He gonna put his shit a couple milliseconds
All
slower.
right. All right. You tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Go.
You guys need to pick Super Mario Brothers because listen up. Without Super Mario Brothers, there was no Nintendo. There was no Super Nintendo. There was no Nintendo 64. This was Mario Brothers. And come on, if you guys were at someone's house and they had Mario Brothers, you bet your ass you are going to play Mario Brothers because you see this right here. When you get this mushroom, you see this mushroom right here. That's it. You get big. You get big. And then when you get the flower, you get to shoot fireballs. Fireballs. Now, come on. Fireballs. You shoot fireballs at those tunnels and those little Koopa things. Oh, come on. You are picking Super Mario Brothers because that is the icon of Nintendo. And this is the best Nintendo games. Guys, this is the best Nintendo games. Without Super Mario Brothers, you don't have Nintendo. That's why you pick Nintendo, the first one, Super Mario Brothers.
All right. So some things to know here. One, y'all each got louder than the last. No one told me volume was a technique in the strategy. Bobby got props. I didn't got no props. I'm gonna dismanage. And Bobby ran 1.5 seconds over the timer. I'm just saying his name is rigged. But my favorite part was fireballs.
Fireballs.
You made Mario look good. That was like a Braveheart speech. You beat my speech, Bobby. Just speech to speech, you won. That was great.
Now, guys, it's up to you guys. Please give us your vote. It's Contra, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, or Super Mario Brothers 1.
All right, everybody comment. Let's get the vote.
I got a question. I see in the comments, Erin Vasey, that's my fiance's mother. She says, so that was Fireball. So I'm curious, what did you think it was?
Bill's right there. Who's going to stop that train of passion?
I know, right? Yo, listen, Bobby did fight camp for that speech. He was in the mirror, jumping up and down with his old fighter suit on.
I'm not gonna lie. I see Super Mario Brothers already.
Benji's over here. Benji's voting for the Zelda.
Yo, Billy, with a Contra. I see Mikey with a Contra. I see Contra. Come on, guys.
All right, so we got to vote for Mario.
Come on, guys. Contra.
Another vote for Mario.
Terminator, Rambo,
Contra,
Aliens, Predator.
No Mike Tyson's Punch Out, huh?
Yeah. Let's be honest. I want Mike Tyson's Punch Out to win.
Right, man.
You know why? Because it's all about MMA now. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Bobby's like, yo, why did we bring this fucking guy?
But after hearing that, I'm giving it those fireballs.
That's 3. Mario Brothers wins. Mario Brothers wins. That's it. So, all
I
right.
think Bobby could have picked the worst Nintendo game possible and still persuaded everybody that that was the number
I
one
mean,
game.
did you guys?
I didn't
Did you
come
guys?
prepared. I thought I was.
I came prepared. I have a Super Mario on one of the shelves over there. I was gonna get up and get it, but I figured that'd be too much.
No one wants to say that we got our asses beat so
Yeah, the
bad.
Punch-Out game.
He was. Mike Tyson was one of the toughest bosses to beat.
Yeah,
All
out
right.
of me personally, I think I only know one person that beat it. Like, the people I grew up with. None of us could beat that shit.
So I guess we're gonna agree. Wait, what did Mike say that last one?
Mike was just throwing out a last minute challenge. What was the worst?
Well, we like challenges. Don't challenge me. I accept. I don't know what the challenge is.
Well, let's go with the top 3 games, which was Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 1, and number 2 was Contra, and then number 3 was Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I don't know, you guys, man, Mike Tyson's Punch Out should have been number 1. Let's be honest. But guys, next week we are going to talk about the top 5 GI Joe action figures. The
Ooh.
top 5 GI Joe action
I'm gonna
figures.
be on the comment list for sure.
I'm going through my head already. I got a few
action figures.
I'm a
Guys,
GI Joe connoisseur.
We all know everyone likes GI Joes. You might have to Google it to figure out the names because I know a lot of the names are a little hard. But the top 5 GI Joe action figures.
You kill us with these lists. These are tough lists to come up with.
Yeah,
these
are very tough.
So I already know like 3 or 4 of them.
Good list though.
In my head already.
We're going 83 to 90. I guess that's the whole thing, right? 83 to 90 is GI Joe.
When did the 3.5-inch figures?
Maybe 92. Yeah, look that up and we'll figure out where we're gonna go. But once again, guys, if you comment real fast on whose list you thought was the best, Tom, well, actually, you're looking that up. Jose, go with your top 5 list again with your gyro.
My top 5 was Gyromite. Let's see if I remember it. DuckTales, TMT, Duck Hunt, and Contra.
Nice. And then my top 5 was Town and Country Surf Designs Wooden Water Range, Double Dragon 2, Paperboy, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and of course the winner, Super Mario Brothers 1. And then Tom, why don't you give us your list?
My list, going to my list, number 4. I'm sorry, number 5, ice hockey. Number 4. Sorry, I was reading when GI Joe ended. Number 4, Double Dragon. Number 3, Contra. Number 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, and number 1 was Mike Tyson.
Nice.
And it looked like the GI Joe ended in 1994. So any GI Joe from the 3.75-inch toy line is up for grabs.
That's what we're gonna argue about next week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be on next week's episode, and I like GI Joes. Can I just name a couple I like, or we're not allowed to do previews?
No, you got it from in the comments. Name one. Just name one. Just go one.
I'm still gonna be on next week. Say one.
Go one.
Fuck. Damn, I can't. I got 4 favorites. I got 4 favorites. I want to say them, but I don't want to ruin it. If I had to pick one, I guess Snake Eyes is number 1. I guess, but I don't even know how much because it's like equal between my 4.
If anybody knows me, they know what my number 1 is going to be. But I definitely have some other good ones in there off the top of my head right now. So
I got my full 5 in my head. I love it.
Next week. But once again, Jose, we appreciate you being on the show today as a guest. Guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, whatever, subscribe, whatever that stuff is. Whatever
they do, right?
You're getting better at this, Bobby. You're getting better at it.
I mean, let's be honest. My YouTube channel has like 26 subscribers. Help me out, bro.
What Bobby needs to say
you're gonna watch the video, just like it.
What Bobby needs to say is search Facebook for Rocky and Bobby's Retro Collectibles.
With co-host Uncle Tom. Just you don't gotta like what we post.
And
just
you guys will see the logo.
You don't actually have to like it, but like it so it makes us look cool. Because now we're just like old people who are geeks. So that's what happens.
Look for the logo at the corner. Look for that logo. That'll help you guys find it.
Yeah, look for that logo. Tom's He-Man. I am Ultimate Warrior, and my son is a Ninja Turtle. Just pretty BA. Once again, guys, thanks for everything. Tommy Slami, any last words?
Nothing
So this
really. We got
Tommy
more
Karate.
saying it's a great show. We appreciate everybody watching and commenting. I see some people commenting trying to guess what my favorite figure was, but you know what? I got to save that for next week, so can't tell you.
Thank you. Once again, thanks, Jose. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for
Peace
having me.
out.
Take
Peace
care,
out.
guys. It was a good show.